So if you're doing service and you wanna kill the maintenance switch in either of those rooms, it's gonna send a trouble to this panel. This is the fire department's monitoring number, and this is the position number. So if you call this number, then just tell them you wanna get position 3074 out of service. And that way they won't respond, and they're gonna ask you, how long do you want? 2, 4, 8 hours, whatever you need. And then just call them back and tell them you want to place it back off in service after you're done. So
the lady's really nice.
Yeah.
I've had to call her. Right.
And as long as that panel will clear as soon as this one, or this panel will clear as soon as the other panel is cleared. So you shouldn't have to actually do anything here other than call it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll show if it's a trouble still too, and when you call, if you wanted to put it back in service and there still was a problem, they will let you know as well and just say, hey, there's still this that we're seeing on our end.
How is this connected to the one at the entrance door?
There's what's called an annunciator. So what happens is the annunciator is just either a remote control so it's put in so that the fire department can show up and they can see what the issue is.
Okay.
That's the one at the front door, right?
Yeah, right.
It makes it easy for them to
That's a
read.
device we never touch.
No, you wouldn't be able to anyway because it's going to be keyed out.
Okay.
So you would have to have a key or a code or whatever to even be able to enable that switch. But it's giving you the display for what this says.
It would give them the position numbers of where the troubles were coming from or the smoke potentially coming from.
And those guys went over here to have an over.
Most likely, this is the place they would come to.
No, my question is like,
Sorry.
in Belgium, for example, we need to have a fire dossier with everything inside, floor plans, positions of certain.
A lot of towns
Does
have
the fire
them.
brigade also come here, do an kind of inspection? or
Well,
that has been done?
they'll come yearly,
They can,
and yeah.
Okay.
So they do it every year, and they'll look at your emergency lights, extinguishers, make sure they're updated, whether the panel's been serviced, all that kind
I
of
can
thing.
imagine those guys don't know and remember every building in Naperville.
No, I have a friend. No, I have a friend who's a fireman in Palatine, and in Palatine, his side job was actually CAD drawings of every building in town. So I don't know if they have such a thing in Naperville, but I know some towns
That
will.
would be my question. Did we give them a floor plan, like the Naperville Fire Department? They have
Okay.
our floor plan, so when they come in and they see
The-
the panel and says that
That makes
area
sense.
4,
they know
is-
more than you think.
like
Absolutely.
area 4 is alarming, and that's where you need to go. And they come to the front door. Next thing you know, they're like going up and down hallways because they don't know how to get to area 4.
I would guess they probably have a layout on an iPad, but I can't answer that for sure.
Yeah.
But they're pretty efficient once they show up, and they're good at breaking down doors if they're not. So.
Well, yeah, door is okay. I just don't
No, I
want you to
understand.
start going through walls.
And the
Like
question-
like they're in
No.
a corn maze and they just decide to cut through
If they break the door,
No, if they have to come, do we need to pay for it or every intervention?
Well, if it's a false alarm, they might give you one, and then eventually you're going to get fined. But
you should be doing that. I mean, yeah.
But if you got a question of what their procedures are, just call them up, and I'm sure they'd be happy to tell you, because
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't necessarily answer for everything that
Yeah.
they're going to do. So that's the simple procedure here.
Yeah, I think it's up to them. Like, if they got our layout, then that's on
That's
them.
the other
Yeah.
one.
Right. Yeah. So that's for the building.
That's building smoke.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.